So first of all, it's great that Ellen has pulled this important meeting together. I think also Sarah McMickle is in the audience out there. Hello, Sarah. Sarah is the chair of a harbor that I helped to found at the America School, and it's called Safe Harbor. And that's a program that cares deeply about people who have to move across cultures, students, parents, and staff. And this also includes the people who are left behind in the harbor. And your being here today shows that you're well on your way toward helping your school build or improve its version of a safe harbor. A place where people can find solace and shelter when they're faced with the vulnerabilities associated with arriving at or departing for a foreign dock. And I think your being here shows that you're also well on your way, at least I hope you are, towards building a harbor that treats its dock workers as well as those who are arriving and leaving. In the full awareness that these dock workers, these quote stayers, are the ones who really hold things together and maintain the safe culture of the school. But here's the thing, real safety of the harbor doesn't exist in the wood used or in the gauge of the bolts that are holding the dock together, or even in the sheer number of the dock workers involved. A harbor's real safety resides in the hearts of those who build and maintain it. In a program born from the right reasons and motivations, namely genuine care for another human being, those programs will, as long as they're equipped with the right tools, naturally give rise to and continuously shape programs that have the best chance of achieving their goals. Now, no school or individual can address these issues on their own. These issues are simply too massive and too complex. The only complete way to address the issues that mobility across cultures involves is for international schools to work together. The attachment issues that are at stake do not follow the same timeline as an academic calendar. Successful Hello programs at one school actually depend on receiving students who went through successful Goodbye programs at their previous school, and at the school before that, and the one before that, and so on. And that is a tall order. Now, getting it right at an individual school is the logical first step, and sadly, too few schools and organizations understand this. And this conference, sponsored by Sea Change Mentoring, is a great step towards correcting that. Now, it just happens that I've written a book entitled Safe Passage, and there's a little free advertisement that's kind of going across the screen right here. And this book is coming out, this one here, the one that's coming past the screen right now, it's coming out early in 2014. And it will hopefully provide many people with blueprints and inspiration and tools to start generating activity in their respective harbors, in the hope that these harbors will contribute to gradually, over the course of the years ahead, becoming increasingly interlinked. The flourishing of all involved in transitions should be our collective goal at all these schools with any considerable degree of turnover. Now, this vision and hope of mine, which is very personal, is founded on a sober conviction, namely that the students who are fortunate enough to attend international schools like the ones we're familiar with are in a position to acquire a profound understanding about the accessibility of other cultures. A real openness to other ways of being becomes painfully difficult for people to learn as they become older. So much so that they're willing to do harm or even annihilate the other. In the 1980s, the sociologist Ted Ward referred to the students at international schools as, quote, the prototypical citizens of the 21st century. Well, folks, these prototypical citizens are now at our schools. And I firmly believe that the purpose of addressing transitions in any of the work that we do can be and should be to alleviate suffering and to foster optimal human development. But I believe that with a catch. This flourishing is not only good for the individuals involved, but also because these citizens have something very important to give back. In the words of the mission statement of the International Baccalaureate Organization, these students are likely to one day possess the awareness that there truly are, quote, more than one way of being right, end quote. This goal need not and should not be merely a cognitive exercise. The goal of deeply understanding that there is more than one way of being right can become a felt experience at the bottom of these kids' guts that is as self-evident to a child as his or her ability, for example, to speak multiple languages without even thinking about it. They just know how. These ways of speaking and thinking were introduced to him or her at a critical phase when his mind or her mind was like a sponge. And recent studies in neuroplasticity suggest that it's never too late for our brain to adapt and grow. But perhaps it's wise to start with the brains and the hearts that are developing on our watch in the harbors we call international schools. These brains and hearts that are only too willing and able to learn the language of curiosity for the other, the feeling of comfort in the face of multiple answers to the same question, and the conviction that we can make it all work together on this planet we call Earth. Those are the brains and the hearts that are worth investing in. And this conference is a great place to create some energy in that direction. I wish you guys a fruitful, inspired, and inspiring afternoon.